When I met David, I just moved to California to live with my dad. I was no longer going to church because my dad didn't go to church, and I was kind of happy about that. So I was kind of in a rebellious period. And I met a fellow rebellious person.
I was an angel.
It was a typical rocky relationship that you would envision in high school. We were not doing the right things. We were not having the right group of friends. Definitely put us in some hard spots. Going through some rough times. We fought a lot, and we did almost all of the wrong things that you could. We continued to grow together and stayed together amazingly through everything. And in 1996, we got married. And we were still kind of, rebel kids. We were still kind of rebel kids. We hadn't really grown up. We got married. I was 21 and David was 23. And fighting the system, still not wanting to conform to anything. No clear-cut path, and my parents get saved. Suddenly that becomes a factor, as they encourage us to come with them, take a journey with them, find a new path in life. They know that we're not necessarily happy, but I don't know that we're necessarily there with them yet. Definitely something David's never experienced in his life, and something I didn't want to go back to. Well, maybe I was happier than where I was. I don't know that I was ready for God again yet in my life. Somewhere in there, I was still angry about something.
I don't know if it wasn't that I haven't experienced stuff like that. It's just that the people that I've experienced with that went to church were so do one thing, say one thing, and do another. That it really turns you off the whole situation. That if you don't look a certain way, if you don't speak a certain way, if you don't act a certain way, then you just don't belong here. This is, kind of
that, and not being real.
Yeah.
I wanted part of that. I wanted to be real. Trying to find a church it wasn't the concept of God anymore that was as much of a deterrent as finding people who would accept us. Were we going to be accepted? Did we have to change, not just change our heart, but did we have to change who we were? We found a church and we found some friends, and somehow finding a grounding, friends that you have something in common with, a church that you feel like you belong to, that you don't have to necessarily change who you are, and discovered that we could both be ourselves and be Christian. So in trying to teach our children, our two girls, you don't have to wear a cross or a shirt that says I love Jesus to announce to the world that you're Christian. It's in every action that you have, the way that you talk to the person.
You treat people.
Yeah, the way that you talk to the person behind the counter, that you're not rude, that you don't yell at people, that you don't treat them badly. It's about your everyday actions that tell a stronger story of who you are. Church is a couple hours on Sunday and a couple hours on Wednesday, and the rest of the week, the rest of your life, your kids are going to see how you act, how you talk, what you do, how you treat them, what you expect of them. And the church that you get involved in has to have that same value.
It's a lot of churches seem to focus on the people that have been there or the people that are already there, and they're not, the older people, they're all about, we got to please our older people, where the kids are just kind of swept under the rug. Let's stick them in a classroom for an hour and then they can do whatever.
And if a church really wants to change the community and change the world, you can't just change the adults, you have to change the kids. So a church that truly is about future and about change and about affecting the community is going to invest in everybody in that community, which is the kids and the adults alike.